Hi everyone, my name is Randy Estevanes, and today I'm going to be going over online public relations. So the purpose of my lecture today is to give an insight into what public relations practitioners do and how the internet has changed the PR landscape. So what is public relations? Well, according to the Public Relations Society of America, or PRSA, is a strategic communication process that builds mutually beneficial relationships between organizations and their publics. Now, PR is what we consider earned media, meaning they don't pay for their content to be shown like advertisers do. Now, in order to earn this media coverage, PR practitioners have to build relationships with journalists and media outlets that target their respective audience. So we know that journalists and advertisers use broadcast print, radio, and the internet to reach their public. NPR does the same. But what tools do they use to get their message across to these outlets? Well, the first one would be an old-fashioned press release, and this is an example of one from Kansas State University. Now, most press releases are structured this way. So after a PR practitioner types one of these out, they send them out to news stations, radio stations, and newspapers, and hope that one of them will use this announcement in their news. Now, this is a fairly old PR tool, and it's still used today. And the internet really makes it convenient for companies to just post these press releases on their websites for the public to see. Now, a great example of this is Apple. So if I were to get out, escape from here, go into the search, type in Apple press releases into the Google search, the first thing that would pop up is Apple Press Info press release. So when I click on that, it's going to take me to the page on their website where they have all their press releases. So if I were to go onto this one that says Apple unveils all new MacBook. If I click on it, it's going to take me to the press release that has all the information on the next MacBook that's coming out. So it gives you discrete information on the MacBook itself as well as pricing and availability, and it's pretty much structured the same way that the other press release was from Kansas State. Now, another way that companies try to get information out to the public is through what we call a publicity stunt. So when a publicity stunt is going to occur, a company reaches out to various media outlets. That way, when it's going to happen, the media is there to cover it. So here's the video of that TNT publicity stunt that they did in Belgium for the launch of their network. So that's a pretty cool PR stunt that TNT did in Belgium for the launch of the network. And as I said in the beginning, the whole purpose of those are to get media coverage. So as you can see, Huffington Post had posted on their site, and I'm pretty sure that once it occurred, the Belgium local news covered it as well. So a huge game changer on the way these publicity stunts are shared has been through social media. Social media has been a really big tool for companies to use. So, according to the Pew Research Center, 74% of people who use the internet use social media. So, sites like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram really give organizations a new platform to reach their audience. So, these sites really allow for word of mouth to travel faster. So, if a person shares a post that an organization put on their account, that might actually persuade another person who saw it to share it as well, and so on and so on. And this rapid sharing is what we refer to as viral marketing. An organization no longer has to solely rely on journalists in broadcast and print to cover an event or publicity stunt. They can film it themselves, post it on a video sharing site like YouTube, and then post it to their social media accounts to share it with their audience. And Twitter has really been a perfect tool for viral marketing. But as well, it's also been a really great tool for companies to engage with their audience. Now, what do companies have to say about Twitter? Mashable.com came up with a list of the 40 best Twitter brands and what they had to say about Twitter. So I'm going to read 3 quotes from 3 different companies. So according to Ford Motors, it's a part of a larger social media strategy to humanize the Ford brand and put consumers in touch with Ford employees. JetBlue says, our goal would be to make ourselves available, help whenever possible, and to show that our brand is built by real people who care about our customers. And Marvel says, well, it's an important part of our day-to-day activities for Marvel.com, and our staff and creators have gained more exposure. Now, being available, relatable, and gaining exposure are important aspects of public relations, and Twitter has really changed the way companies do this. But how else are companies using the internet to gain exposure? Well, through PR practitioners working with search engine optimizers or learning search engine optimization by themselves. So, what is search engine optimization? It is used to boost the rankings or frequencies of a website and results returned by a search engine in an effort to maximize user content to the site. According to Blurred Lines by Robin Swire, the line between PR and SEO is so thin now that it's hard to see the difference. SEO is really becoming a perfect tool for public relations practitioners to get familiar with and use in order to make their companies visible and relevant to consumers on the internet. Now, as you see in this picture, the area circled in red is paid results or advertisements. The results not circled are unpaid results or organic results. Those organic results appear because of SEO. So if you look at this and compare it to a newspaper, the parts circled in red are your advertisements, and then the other parts would be, your news or the press releases that PR practitioners send to journalists to use in the news. So how can companies utilize SEO? Well, one way is through link building. There's 3 different types of link building. The first one is natural, and this means that your content on your blog or website is so good that other websites and blogs want to link to it. Now, this is the most difficult type of link building that most companies can only acquire when they have a certain level of popularity. The second type of link building is outreach, and this is when you reach out to other websites or blogs with similar content and ask them if they can link back to your site. And this actually increases readers because those other sites and blogs are suggesting your site to their own readers. Now, the third type of link building is self-created links. This is when you create off-page content yourself. So if you write an article on another site or you upload a video to YouTube, on that content, you can link people back to your site. So link building really goes hand in hand with public relations because in both you're reaching out to others to help spread your message or spread your content. Now, another part of SEO is using specific keywords. So if I'm an online retailer and I sell suits, if I use the word suits throughout my site without any other specifications, then I probably won't rank high in the Google search. So if I use specific words like slim suits, skinny suits, tailor suits, or 100% wool suits, and people type those specific words into Google, I'll probably rank a little bit higher than just using the word suits. So as you can see, this goes hand in hand with public relations because it's more on brand awareness. Now to end off, The PR industry understands that SEO and social media are becoming important tools to communicate with the public and create brand awareness. They no longer have to rely solely on traditional media for coverage. But one thing is for certain, they still need to form relationships with online journalists, bloggers, and social media influencers to help expose their brand. Now, hopefully, this has given you a little insight into how the internet has changed the way PR works.